Hello, welcome. This session is Tech Transformations, how technology helped transform but kept the heart and soul of Third and Ferry Fish Market. I'm Anna Wolfe, Hospitality Technology Senior Editor of Restaurants. And joining me on the stage is Nadav Solomon from Tabit. Nadav.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we're so sad that Third and Ferry Fish Market couldn't be here today, but we're going to talk about them anyway. And so tell us about Third and Ferry Fish Market in Easton, Pennsylvania.
So beautiful place. It's in a thick building, hosting, it's 90 minutes from Manhattan. So they're hosting a lot of business people, good restaurant community, foodies. Mike and Rebecca, the owners, like seafood. So this restaurant is already operating for the past 10 years. 2-story, huge patio, long bar, full service fine dining, mostly seafood. They really keep their customers happy. Mm-hmm. It's a busy place. Mm-hmm. They have about 300, 400 to cover a day. And every day, mm-hmm. and they're stacking up orders in the POS, mm-hmm. and busy restaurant. Not a lot of servers wanna come and work in that such a busy environment. Mm-hmm.
So tell us about some of the challenges they were facing. You just mentioned stacking the orders in the POS, how the servers would save those up and enter them all at once. Tell us about those challenges and the impact on the whole operation.
Correct. So what it creates is it's a huge bottleneck in the kitchen. We all know kitchens, and they still want to serve all guests, same time orders serving. And stacking up the orders, they need to run all the way back and forth, climb up to the second floor. There are not a lot of communication opportunities there. Then once you get some voided orders and comps, and here we go with more troubles. Mm-hmm. They were using a legacy solution, mm-hmm. And we met these guys. They were attending one of the events that one of our local resellers mm-hmm. Put on, and they liked what they saw, mm-hmm. and they decided to discover the opportunity. Mm-hmm. That's the story.
Mm-hmm. Great. Well, we'll come back to the role of the reseller, but can you give us a few more details about the types of systems they were using before, or maybe not before they switched over to a new system?
Yeah, so they have gift cards during holiday season. They had to send out gift cards, so hundreds, I think more than 1,000 gift cards throughout a couple of days. They had to punch them in the system, manually register them, then print them out, send them over. No digital gift card. The gift cards redemption process was also a problem because they couldn't match up between the transaction and the redemption part of the business. So they had this challenge. Again, using your servers in such a busy place, when you want your service to be available for the customer, how they're working, mm-hmm. talking to them, all the interaction points, and now you need to bring them back to the POS section. If you have patio, if you have second floor, what are you going to do? So they just hire more and more and more people mm-hmm. to run the service.
Okay, so tell us about the solutions that they're using now and the impact on their KPIs.
Yeah, so again, it's a 10-year-old business. Converting them to Tabit took us, I believe it was 3-4 days work just to make sure everything is in place. They sent us, to the reseller menus beforehand. They already have the internet over there working, overall good. And it was about a training of that team that they can run the same floor with less people. So before, they were using about 15 servers around the floor, including runners and more hostesses. And now they switch. Today, they are only with 10 servers. So we're looking at 30% decrease of number of servers on the floor. If I recall, they're cut down 15% of the table turn time, because now people can just pay the check, no mistakes throughout the process. They increased the drinks. I think was 0.5 on average per person, more drinks. Just think about the opportunity that once the server approaches the table with a smart pad, they could ring up the orders really fast, getting the drinks around on time, and by the time they will get to the main course, the drinks level is already down, right? So the probability for them to get a second ring was high. So what we actually did with them is, that's a playbook we wrote about moving from one-on-one defense to zone defense, when one server can actually overlook more tables. So think about the math behind it. More guests, less servers, right? And higher PPA. So servers making 30% more in tips. So overall, it was a good deployment. They're looking at the system as a moneymaker tool. So it's been really great working with these guys.
So how has that impacted the service that the guests receive at the restaurant? I mean, if there's, I think you said 30% less staff. I mean, are they able to maintain those touch points?
Yeah, when we look at the pie chart of the amount of time that the server spends with the guests, so today in a typical full service restaurant is 30% interaction, 70% administrative stuff, right? So running, ringing up, voiding, doing all of the other things. And what we're trying to do is to flip this ratio. So now with the same amount or even less servers, you can run even a higher quality of service, because they're going to look you in the eyes, they're going to beat over if something happened. If you raise your hand for the check, you're going to get a check right on time. All the orders are going to flow in the same time. So everything is really seamless. And I think that overall they like it, because these guys are really, really cautious about the quality of the service they're providing.
So I think here on this slide, we see, Third and Ferry Fish Market, but on the right, we're seeing one of your handheld units, right?
Exactly. This is the server pad. This is the Tabit pad. It's part of 17 different products. They're all based on the same database. So, for example, something we had with these guys, they're serving raw fish, right? And ceviche. And so they went when something was going out of stock. So we want this information to be populated throughout the whole other servers and also online ordering solutions. So with that command and control solution, we're able to achieve that.
And you mentioned the reseller. What role did the reseller play in trying to make that match with the right system for them?
Correct. So as of the fact that we are a payment agnostic company, so we don't mandate our own payment processing solutions on customers, we get opportunity to work with a lot of resellers in the market, because these guys making money sometimes from payment stuff. So now they're focused actually on the success of the deployment, the success of the business. They're local. So even though we have, 6-7 offices across the country, I do think that a lot of restaurateurs looking for this hand-holding, local service, they're right on time. We have a really good qualification process and maturity model for resellers.
Great. And in regards to Third and Ferry Fish Market, can you tell us a little bit about the impact on the workforce and staff retention, keeping staff, getting staff? It's just such the top concern and challenge for many restaurants these days.
Yeah, it's a challenge these days. We know that's a huge challenge. And I was a server back in the days. I had one thing in mind: make money. That's what I wanted to do. So the way to retain your staff is to actually help them to run the shift and make more money, but to run the shift easier. So you're not stressed out. You're not exhausted, right? You're having fun coming to the shift because you know that you're going to manage the shift instead of the shift manages you, right? So that's why you need this command and control tool in your hand to avoid mistakes, to run into, situations, to ring up orders from distance. So I think that overall, we see a good feedback from these servers. Every month we run feedbacks throughout. We have about 150,000 servers working with the system as we speak, right?
Great. And so our final question, what is the ideal size of a restaurant to use Tabit, and where can they see you here at MURTEC?
So we focus on full service restaurant, even though we do walk to walk and KFC and we have, but we focus on full service restaurants, preferably more than $1 million per location, preferably more than one location. We do hotels, so hotel F&B operation, that's a typical size. The more interaction point between guest and server, the more value I can bring to the table, right? And we're in MURTEC. Just in the main floor, it's a large booth, so you can come and see us over there.
All right. Well, Nadav, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to me
Thank you.
today. And thank you all for being here.